1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Grab your hat and let's go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pawsitive Comedy. April Fool's is one of my favorite days, by the way. Because I can never. Well, I always come up with jokes, but some of them are not very nice, and then I end up not doing them, of course. But I also come up with funny ones sometimes, so it's just a wacky day. Okay, so again, I did not complete this tutorial in advance, so I'm learning live so that I can showcase everywhere I get stuck and all my mistakes along with you. Alright, okay, so essentially what I've gathered from the front page is just that we're going to be learning some basic concepts in Roblox Studio. It's been a few months since I've looked at Roblox Studio, so this will honestly be a really good refresher for me too. I just hit my microphone with my other microphone, and that was hilarious. Okay, so this front page is pretty much just the intro. So I'm gonna go ahead and click next. Pretty much all I'm doing is I'm gonna open up a base plate world, put a spawn location down, and I think just looking at the instructions, I guess technically I could do a modern city or the Mansion of Wonders since it already has buildings, but since I've already worked in Roblox Studio for a little while now, I'm gonna go ahead and just do the base plate template because I want freedom with my creativity. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna pretty much do that and then delete everything else. Okay, so let me go ahead and open up Roblox Studio. And yes, this time I actually had Roblox Studio open at the ready. There's been live streams in the past where I completely forgot and I had to sit there awkwardly for 5 minutes. It was really sad. Okay, so yeah, I'll do baseplate world. Why not? I haven't done a baseplate world in so long. Okay. Perfect. And I'm really glad that so far I don't see any interface updates. One time I was streaming and I didn't look at Roblox Studio beforehand, and there was a big graphical user interface update that I wasn't paying attention to, and so I started the stream with this whole challenge and realized that I didn't know how to work the interface because it was all different. It was really funny. I had to learn the interface live. It was super hilarious. Okay, I want to delete this base plate. So I'm just gonna click on it and explore and press backspace. There we go. Okay, that looks awesome. So yeah, I'm pretty much just doing a mixture of the smooth tool and then the draw tool for the water. But yeah, I'm literally just doing the smooth tool for this. This is cool too, because this will help me shape the water a little bit better to the ear as well. Oh, there we go. That's a lot better. Okay. We'll go back to smooth. Oh, there we go. Okay, you know what? I like that. It's a little bit... Ooh. Okay. Okay. I see what this is doing here. Just gonna close off some of the water. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and click on the spawn location object in Explorer, which is what's highlighted in blue up above my head. And I'm gonna click on this move tool and I'm gonna move the spawn location up. We're gonna spawn, I wanna spawn right on the powder nose. So I'm pretty much just gonna put it like right underneath the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and click play. And it looks like my auto recovery file was created, so that's helpful. Well, I spawned next to the nose. You know, that's not bad. I might want to size the spawn location down just so that it's a little bit more accurate. But let's check out the water. So, look, okay, the water is not that deep, which is awesome. I've struggled in the past working with water. This isn't too bad, except I'm trying to swim in water that's not shallow. I might want to adjust this one a little bit. Well, I don't know. It's kind of fun. Okay, what happens if I zoom in? What does this look like? Oh, okay. All right. That's not too bad. Not too shabby. But yeah, if you're playing with the water too and you're having a little bit of trouble, always just do a mixture of adding the terrain and the water around it, because the water will adapt to the shape that's around it. So I always recommend the draw tool and the flatten tool, and doing a mixture of both, adding terrain and water around it to get the shape that you want. I don't like that the water is kind of just defying gravity right here. It's a little funky, but it is also kind of fun to be like mostly submerged. So yeah, I have mixed feelings about that one. I might want to flatten that down a little bit more. Yeah, because look, I'm like trying to swim in water that isn't here. Oh, now I'm gonna fall off the cliff. Whee! Just realized I haven't saved this game at all. I'm gonna do file, save to Roblox, and I'm gonna name this Kitty Island. Greyback's a playable area. Okay, this will be fun, I think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and preview fast through this just so I can see exactly. Okay, so it looks like we're just gonna be building a map. Okay, cool. So I guess when you make a map for the first time, it is important to plan the area that you're going to be using for a game. For this example, there's a whole feature called teams and everything where when you get to a certain location in a map, then it can switch like what team you're on or what level you're on. And this game that we're making, it's pretty much going to be, at least what I'm guessing just looking at this, because again, I didn't do this tutorial in advance, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the platforms. So something that I really like about this project though is that it uses basic parts. Because the thing about Roblox is that even though the parts are super basic, you could still make some pretty incredible maps with it, even if you don't have any like Blender knowledge or anything. Notice in this tutorial though, it also says to have an organization structure. So when you're looking at the pictures, it looks like we're adding a folder and we're having our whole world in that folder and then adding the parts to that folder, which makes sense because otherwise in Roblox Studio, let's name it Cat World for now. Okay, cool. And now I'm gonna go ahead and add a model. So I'm just clicking the plus button, and then in the search bar, I'm gonna type in model and then add model. I don't have anything in the model yet. So the idea is to add parts in the model so that when you select the model, you move all of the parts rather than just one of those parts and having to group them and everything. So pretty much starting out with a model should already group it by default, which is good. Okay, so in the tutorial, so yeah, we already have our layout. Now we have to go ahead and actually insert our parts. Let's go ahead and add a cylinder. Oh my gosh, it's such a tiny cylinder. I'm gonna go ahead and name this level 1. I'm just gonna right click on it and explore, click rename, and then type level 1. And then I'm gonna attach it to the model. Okay, and I'll click on my move tool up at the top left so that these arrows pop up. These arrows represent 3 different axes. So the red is X, green is Y, and blue is Z. And I know that because this little, oh my gosh, what is this called? Oh no, I forgot what this is called. Oh shoot. This shows all the 3 different axes that you're working with in a 3D environment. If anyone remembers the name of that tool, let me know. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and scale this out. Building a cat island on April Fool's made my day. Okay, I'm gonna be mean and I'm going to put level 1 not on the island, but you have to parkour to it in order to get there. That's what's gonna start the game. I'm gonna click on negate so that it makes this a negative part, and I'm gonna hold down my shift key on my keyboard and click on the original level 1 block and then click union. Oh wait, notice in Explorer I have model a negative part highlighted instead of level 1 a negative part highlighted. That actually makes sense because every time I click on this object, it's going to think it's just part of the model. So I'm going to click on negative part in my Explorer window and then hold down the shift key and click -1 also in my Explorer window. And now I can click union. Perfect. Now I have a little bowl for players to hop in. And actually, I feel like I should probably start it off the whiskers, because that would actually make more sense. Because then players can like run and jump to this little bowl, which can be like a little treat bowl, which makes more sense to be on the side of the cat's face rather than the forehead. Ooh. Oh, I can make 2 of them. Let's make sure it's actually possible. That does not look possible. We're gonna have players jump down into it, I think. It's level 1, so you know, I have to calm my April Fool's vibes a little bit here. I don't want to make an impossible map. Actually, that would be the thing to do. Make an impossible parkour map on April Fool's. That sounds like a great idea. Okay, now notice when I unioned this, it changed the name to Union, which makes sense because how's it going to know what I want it to be named when I union 2 different parts with different names? Now, I wonder what would happen. I wonder what would happen if I unioned it with parts of the same name. I think it would still replace it with Union. If I'm wrong, though, let me know, because I've actually never tested it. That's just a guess. Just a gray, which is kind of boring. So I just clicked on Material Manager up at the top of my screen, and let me try to make this window bigger. Okay, so we'll do wood. Why not? Oh, it's gray wood. let's make it brown wood. There we go. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. See, I just clicked on the color picker earlier and just picked a color there. Okay, let's change this color as well, actually. It's out of material. Let's see. Ooh, I want it to be neon. Yeah. My goodness, thank you so much for the bits in the chat. Woo! This is oh my gosh, it's like a little celebration. I love this a lot. We are starting to get a leaderboard. And we're gonna go ahead and scale this out. Okay, and then I'll change this to yellow. Makes it a little bit bigger. Okay, and now I think what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a mixture of cylinders. So, because instead of just a basic shape, I want to go ahead and just make it a little bit more complex. Okay, so now I have something narrow there, and I'm actually gonna add a block and put it on top of this. Okay, so the idea is that players have to fit. They have to fit in this narrow hallway. The thing is, though, is that I need to account for everyone's player is going to be a slightly different size, so I have to make sure it's not too small. That players of a certain model can't fit through. It'd be funny if all our 15s can't fit through. That would be really funny. We might have to add a cheese texture later. We'll see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more level. Now this is going, yeah, I guess I'll angle it maybe this way, and then I'll go ahead and do a part as the last shape. Okay, do maybe dark red. Or no, we'll do green too, because we have to celebrate. This will be a big success when people make it here. Then I'm gonna actually duplicate this because I want to make it like a podium. I might have to make this bigger too, because this ended up being a pretty small podium. Ooh, do I want metal? Sure. Actually, well, I'll do mud. That looks like a much more interesting texture. Okay, do I have, for this one, do I have anything that looks cheese-like? That looks cheese-like. I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, cool. Perfect. So I have level 1 here. Okay, let's name this level 2. So I'm just right clicking on it, clicking rename. You can also use F2 though. I literally just named it rename. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when you talk and type at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and move this into model as well. So we got level 2 there. Okay, we've got level 3. Perfect. None of them were anchored. Also, what is this union? I have no idea what this union is. So I'm just gonna delete that, I guess. That was weird. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know what that was. Okay. Yeah, I need to anchor all of these. So I'm just gonna select all of them. I held down the shift key on my keyboard to select all of them. And I'm gonna go ahead and click anchor. Let me make sure level 5 was anchored, level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. Yay! Okay, cool. Awesome. And now okay. We're gonna make this podium a lot bigger because I mean, I'm not expecting like a ton of players. I would say maybe like 10, but you never know. I mean, I should probably plan this for scale, but definitely not hundreds, which is a good thing because I don't think this game would scale very well with 100 players. I might need to add something extra so that they actually make it to the top, but that's kind of cool because then maybe I can add like a ladder or something at the bottom with different like barriers. Oh my gosh, yeah, I could totally add like a lava floor at the bottom, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, but that is something I can add. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add another model and call it level 7. Okay, this is called level 7. Oh my goodness. We're just calling it Love, apparently. Love's actually a good name. I am a fan of that name, so I'm not complaining. Okay, we're gonna call this, I'm gonna call this obstacle floor so that I remember that I want to add obstacles there when I look at this again. But I might end up renaming this to Obstafloor for short. Okay, and then this is gonna, I'll call this the podium part because this is actually the part where you get to the end of the game. All right, we'll put this in my level 7 model. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream there, but I hope you all had fun. If you work on the tutorial too and you feel stuck, or if you want to ask questions from other Roblox developers as well, feel free to join our Discord. All right, have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.